Ready or not, here I come now. Let's play hide and seek. Prepare to be caught. Here I come now. Let's play hide and seek. Riding on the playground, no one dares to make a sound. Round and round and round and round, no one wants to be first found.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Hey, I have I just can't thank you guys enough. I just keep thank you guys. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just so blown away by you guys. I'm so lucky. That's all there is to it. I'm just lucky, I guess. I just guess I'm lucky. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna get into this really quick, and then I'm gonna go take care of my community post. My thumb's feeling a little bit better, but it's still not good. Man, it's really weird. And it's only my right thumb. If it was my left thumb, it might be okay, but it's not. Okay, it's not. Someone said that in my comments the other day. It was pretty funny. Who was that? Oh my gosh, it was one of the guys. Was it Dustin? I don't know. I mean, it might have been Dustin. He's pretty funny. Okay, so I was going back to look up the report I've done 2 times now. The first time, people said I was crazy. I mean, literally, were like, "Are you freaking nuts?" Blah blah blah. And it was done on September 8th, 2022, and it was about the BMW, the X5 or 6, whatever it was. And so there was a lot of things that happened on that day. Like one of them was low-hanging wires at King and Queen, and when the fire department got there, unable to locate the wires. There was a lot of action that day. Well, from what it looks like in Tell It to Elle, she's got a video out. Important. You guys should go watch it. I'm going to link it in the description, and I'm going to do a little bit of it here too, just so you can see what I am speaking of, because that one really needs to be looked at, because it talks about the cars that were confiscated along with the bust for Jesse James. And they tell a tale. They tell a very incredible tale, and it's one that needs to be looked at and absorbed, because there's a lot going on in this case, and there's so much. Now, mind you, with that said, I am not taking the frats out of the mix, the sororities out of the mix, just the surroundings around there, because there's no way that they weren't involved. I mean, just because of some other things I've found out as well, just recently, just since the 1320 Linda Lane has come out, where I've been dissecting it. We all know who doesn't like me doing that, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it's important. It's important. And if all of us just looked at one thing, we would, I mean, are you kidding me? If everybody just looked at one thing and didn't go in, and they didn't take into account everything that went on, around, above, below, whatever, like he claims, go 2 years before and 2 years after. I'm like, I'm not 2 years before and I'm not 2 years after, but I'm pretty close right now. And it's a good thing, because that video I made way back when, and then I actually made another one, because something came up about this particular car, and still, I don't know if anybody was still, sometimes on those posts, I don't go in and read any of the comments, because I just know lashback. But this is an archive for myself and for you guys that like that kind of thing, and I appreciate that kind of thing, right? And I appreciate you appreciating it. So that's why I do it. And no one's going to talk me out of doing it, because this is just who I am. Oh, snap. Well, there's a game that I never understood that game, how they could play that game. It was called something to do with snapping, and yet you'd say a word, and then someone would say snap because they got, it was weird. That game, no way could I ever play that game. I would lose every time because I had no idea. Even time after time, I'd try to learn. I'd read up the rules on that game and how it worked, and I still didn't understand it. I lost right over my head. So while I'm looking at the archives, because I looked for my video, I was going to do a little blurb on that, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go right straight back to the police reports. So I get here, and lo and behold, they are only archived up until 9/6 of 2023 now. You know that before they had it back, let's see, how many, at least, Sonny, what are you doing? Come here, you want to go outside? Time to get out of the car. Come here. Want to go outside? Here, I'll take you guys with me. I'm going to put her in her catio. Come on. Put her in the car. Here, baby. Come on. The garbage truck just went by, and so it scared the crap out of her. I actually had her in my arms, taking her out, and I had to hold on to her really tight to get her back into the car. Come on, baby. Come here. Come on. Come on. Okay, let's take a little walk. Okay. I'm going to go away for just a minute. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Okay. Want to go and keep Daddy up? There we go. There we go. Now, I'm going to take you guys with me because right now what I do, as soon as I get her in there... Oh, shit. God dang it. Kicked something over. It wasn't good. Oh my gosh. It's going to be 90 degrees today. Okay, so I'm walking over in Yonda to get her some grass, because I get her grass every time I put her in the catio. Well, not every time, but in the mornings. She gets fresh grass in there, so I'm looking for some chunks. You can hear me ripping it up. My morning routine. Okay, is that enough? Yeah, she usually talks quite a bit when I go to give her grass, because she loves it so much. Let's see if she'll talk. What's this? What's this? What is this? Huh? What's this? Come here. Alright, there you go. And then she munches it. I lock her back in, and she loves it. Okay. Alrighty. Well, back in the car so you can hear me. Hold on, let me get my shoes off. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, they've only archived it. That's crazy. I mean, it used to be like, I'm trying to think. I think I could go back until, I know 2018, and now they're only a little over a year back. That's crazy, you guys. They don't want us to see something. That's what I'm getting out of this, because not only that, but the press see, here's what's all in here. There's everything in the town, so it's all located here. And so you've got press conferences that would be in here, which is a big one. You've got all the happenings through here. So I find this really, really interesting, because it is, to me, it's like they're trying to hide something, as they have been doing, which is par for the course. Okay, so I can't go back to the day that I'm looking for. So instead, I will do this. Let's see here. So it won't show me the archive. So I'm going to go to Moscow Police Report Daily Log, and then once I get there, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to put in September 8th of 2022. Storage. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they always do this. Now, I don't know. This makes me wonder. I don't know. It's like they update these things all the time. And in the archived one that I just showed you, sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 of the same date in there. And when you open up one, it'll be like 2 reports or, something like that. And then you'll have to search for the other one. Sometimes it's right in that same area. Sometimes it's like a month up or before or a month after. They list them very strangely. It's like, it's no rhyme or reason. Okay, so September 8th, 2022. Okay, maybe I should go to hers first. Let me go to hers real quick first and take a little bit of her video and show you what I'm talking about.
And I got the indictment for Jesse James Bailey and the other co-defendants. Let's talk about the vehicle seized in the federal indictment in March of 2023.
Okay, so these are the vehicles that were seized by the DEA on or about December 9th of 2022. And we have here a 2022 BMW X6. And it's got the VIN numbers and everything on here. GMC Sierra, 2020. A Dodge Charger. Go, the first one and the third one. Yeah, that's 2018. The Mercedes-Benz CLS, a 2016 Polaris, which I believe they also used. You can hear something in there. And that's where I think maybe the trailer, because there's a trailer in here too, so that was there too, and that's what I thought I saw parked in front of the Queen apartments in that Queen parking lot. So hold on, let's see what else she's got here. Okay, so then you've got, let me see. Oh, lots of money. Let me see, where is this one on here? Oh yeah, so she's named a vehicle. Well, no, she hasn't. Never mind. 222. What am I looking at? Okay, here we go.
Into the dates, and I'll throw in there that Jay Embry wasn't lying.
Okay, so 2 collectible coins, 1 collectible $20 bill, 3 collectible $5 bills. Did someone around that area collect coins or bills? Just curious, because maybe that's partially what was stolen out of the house, possibly, maybe. 20 collectible $2 bills. 12. 26 collectible $1 bills, 4 collectible Confederate notes, and 14 collectible 5-cent pieces. So yeah, I wonder who all. Yeah, 100 presidential dollar coins and 2 collectible coins. Yeah, it makes me curious if there was someone around there that actually collected coins and stuff. And this is Sean Ellis that had those. That's interesting how they named that. That indictment's really kind of interesting, isn't it? I'd like to see more of it.
When he spoke of other items that are seized in these big takedowns. So, was all of this a message being sent? What happened at the King Roadhouse, y'all?
Indeed, what happened?
Do you know? Do I know? Does anyone know? I think someone does. Pay attention, y'all, because several of the people in this indictment have already been charged and plead out. Pay attention to the vehicles. I did the best I could with the footage that I got, and you tell me, again, coincidence or not? Most of the vehicles, like this picture here, both of these trucks came up when I looked up the VIN number. The Hellcat is an example not based on the VIN number. Subject vehicle.
Remember the sound that car made when it pulled in? And remember the downtown when they would be cruising by? Well, this person went to the grub truck because this person was actually wearing a Charger hat. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh, I still can't believe they were actually wearing a Charger hat. Yeah, so in my opinion, that dude was there.
For Jesse James Bailey on this, they didn't have a number. They have 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, I need to rewind that because I need you to see this. I need you to see this because this is important for that Moscow police report. Okay, I'm not sure what... I gotta open this door. It's too hot here. Hold on. Oh, wow. It's warm out there. So... the DEA, let me see. Vehicle passenger, 2018 Dodge Charger passenger, value, like, yeah, $42,000, you guys. Seized December 8th in Graham, Washington, and seized by the DEA by forfeit on December 9th. Okay, let me find the other one. This is not the one I was looking for, but it's good to know this too. So this would be an example of what the Charger Hellcat would look like, and the Chrysler 3 or the Chrysler 300. Yeah, which is the one that a couple people have been talking about. I believe there was a Charger myself because of the person, especially because of the person downtown at the grub truck. And they came down. I'll have to make a video of that too, because you could see when they pulled in. You could see in the reflection them getting out and then coming up to the counter. And then you could see them walking back to the car and getting in. And they waited there for a while. And there was a few other things that were going on down there. And I don't recall at this point the whole gist of it. But it's important. I mean, for people to say that the grub truck and, Banfield and Linda Lane are, just red herrings and, it's all fake. Whoa. I mean, really. These people might be wrapped up in a cocoon somewhere, so we must save them. We must save them. Because they are being fed fake news. I'm not saying that everything I put out here is absolutely true, or even partially true, or whatever. But it's looking at something. It's crawling outside of that box. It's breaking through that cocoon. And spreading your wings and exploring. These people, I mean, right on down to the cars. Oh no, it's this car. Well, how the heck can you tell? Well, now with this, yeah. Now there's a little bit of, cross-referencing going on here, right? That's a good thing. Really good thing. Thank you, Elle. Go check out her channel. She's really good. She's interesting. I've always thought Elle was interesting. I've been fighting for her for a long time, from way back, and so she gets things that are usually they're shorter videos, but they are packed with information. But you have to kind of pause them and kind of look at it. Like right now, if I didn't pause this, it would rip right through all the stuff, and you really wouldn't get the gist of it. And Elle, that might be something you might want to do if you have any time. I know you work and everything, so I know this is kind of a side thing. And I don't think she's monetized either. But so anyway, but slowing them down so people can see them, that might be good for the channel. But this is why I'm doing this, because when I saw this last night, because I'd never seen this one before. And I went and saw her new one, which is also good. They're all good. And so I just kind of went down the line, because the next one down, it didn't look like I'd seen it either. And so I must not be getting notifications, because I am sub to her and I got all the notifications, the whole black bell there. So I decided to go on down the line and see what else she had. And when I clicked on this one, I was like, whoa, I'd never seen this. And it was actually good for me, because it was confirming what I thought I knew already. Speculation, all that kind of stuff, in my opinion. But you read it, so you got the Moscow police report now, which I haven't showed you yet. You've got this, and you've got Linda Lane and grub truck. Sorry about the dog. Kind of things that happen when you're sitting next to someone who has two blue healers. One of them, this one I think is the blind one. And is it blind or deaf? Maybe she's deaf. Deaf. And so she scared the crap out of me the other day because she's deaf. So she couldn't hear me outside what I was doing outside of the car. And so she got closer and I thought, oh, she's just going to be quiet. And, you know, and she's getting used to me or whatever. And oh my God, as soon as she got up close enough to see me, oh my God, she parked so scared the shit out of me. Oh my God, we both jumped. This is her dad. He was just laughing. He was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, I think we scared the crap out of each other. We were both hollering in their own way. It was pretty funny, but anyway. Okay, so yeah, go check out Elle. Go check her out. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit further here. Let's see what else we got.
Based on the VIN number.
Oh, VIN number.
Subject vehicle for just.
Okay, this is what I'm looking at right here. So, this is a, 2018 Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG. Paid 20 grand, my God, and I can't read what that says. 20 grand of that amount paid in the U.S. currency and financed the remainder. Wow. On September 8, 2022, J. Bailey purchased a subject vehicle for, look at that. Oh my God, look at that amount of money. And then he traded in the previously described 2018 Mercedes-Benz for a credit towards the purchase of a vehicle and paid the amount of $75,000 down payment. Okay. September 8th, remember that.
James Bailey on this, they didn't have a number. They have 1, 2, and 3 for other people. In my opinion.
Okay, this is how fast she goes, so I have to back up.
For Jesse James Bailey on this, they didn't have a number. 3 for other people.
Okay, I caught it. Okay. So the 2022 BMW X6 Manhattan Green Metallic. This look familiar example of vehicle possibly seen. So this particular vehicle, doesn't say the color, was reported stolen September 8th, you guys, of 2022 in Moscow, right by the mobile gas station by Nom Nom, the convenience store. Makes me wonder who owns that store, who was calling from there about a stolen vehicle that they said was stolen 2 months ago. I will show you the police report, because that all seems very strange to me. Doesn't it not, you guys? Does me. In fact, that whole area is suspicious to me. Right to the Identity Apartments, the Troy Mobile gas station, with the tenant that turned in this whatever vehicle that they saw cruising by. I mean, they spent all night, looking for it, and then they get the shittiest picture you could ever freaking get off of it, and it's not even a real picture. I mean, it's just, yeah. Anyway.
In my opinion, that could be due to an ongoing investigation. It just left me.
So BMW X6, maybe. Do they own this too, or did they? My thoughts exactly. Thank you, Elle. Boy, howdy. This case just gets worse and worse. Man, so much detail. So much detail, and not just 1 or 2 cars, like some people may think. And that they base their whole website up, their whole channel off of these cars. Of course, and reacting to other people's videos that they make and calling them names. That's another thing they do like to do too, but that's their problem, not mine. And I just... And the timing of these cars coming in, that's another thing too. And now, not only that, but the videos that were just released of Linda Lane 1330 and 1320, if you look at the 1320s really well and you look at those videos, first of all, they're not all there. There's chunks taken out of them. They're either 43 minutes long, 54, whatever. They're not the full hour like the other ones. And some of them have like specific times taken out, like the 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. That one starts at 4:06. Well, how convenient is that, since the DoorDash driver was supposed to be there at 4 o'clock? So between 4 o'clock and 4:06, there's no video? How come? There's places that are obviously scrubbed out, not just the smoke and mirror, the blurred out stuff and, thrown in I found out what that throw in accidentally, interestingly enough. Let me back up here for a minute. I was trying to get this video to where I could see more I could see it better because there's certain filters. It doesn't change what's on there. You can just see, it takes up where that part is scrubbed. You can actually, it brings it to the surface somehow. It just does. Like heat thermal ones, they work really well. I wish I had a really good thermal one. I don't. I wish I did. But I might have to download one of those. But this particular one that I clicked on, and I can't remember what it was called. It was a topical, I can't remember what the name was. Anyway, it made those bumps and stuff in the road. It actually made this, it covered it up like it showed, like it does in Lindow and stuff. I was like, whoa, check it out. I just did it, and I didn't even know what I was doing. Wish I could remember, but I can't. But, so that's, the things that they do like that. But that's not what happens in a lot on these newest vehicles. Vehicles, blah. I got car on the brain. I got vroom vroom on the brain. What it does in the new ones is it's very, slickly done because it's clean. It's really kind of a cool color. When I see it, I'm an artist, so when I see it in black and white, the way I see it, and when it's done on these videos, is it looks like, for instance, like when you're looking out at the screen at 1320, and you are the camera, and you're looking down below, and right below you, there's that little, you can't see the apartment you're in because the camera's outside the apartment, but you can see a little bit down the steps, and you can see the gravel in the front, and then you got the little hedge, and then you got the road in front of you, and then beyond that is, where the dumpster is, and so on and so forth. Well, right down below where the gravel is and a little bit into the road, periodically, right there, and sometimes the whole screen, you guys, the whole entire screen will do this. But what it looks like to me, in my imagination, what I immediately got out of the look of this particular blocking method, is it looked like a fence, like a picket fence, like a nicely done picket fence with one of those, the floors you can get that are have the, they're really light gray color, but they're grays and they're blues, and you can just barely see maybe a little bit of muted green, sage green, but it's like all these different colors. Well, that's what that particular block thing that's done on there looks like to me. It looks like a really nicely done picket fence. And so what this tells me is that the person who scrubbed the stuff prior just did whatever, threw in a blob, did a little of erasing here, did a little stuff like that to where you couldn't exactly see what was going on. So you can see movement, but you can't see what's really going on unless you have to, you mess with it a little bit. And then you still really can't see. But this particular person, they went the full meal deal. They blocked the whole thing to where you can't even see movement. It's literally just blocked. And it's totally different than the first time we ever saw this. So that concerns me, because that means that somebody entirely different did that. And to me, the person that did this is one of those perfectionist type people, not just, God, I got to get this done, I need to throw this up on that spot, throw some spaghetti on that wall, and throw some over there. That's not how this was. This was done cleanly and, precise, and I'm sure this person that did this is going to be like, oh yeah, that's totally me. But with that said, that's how it was done. So, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, if that concerns you, but it does concern me because someone's playing God, is what it feels like to me. So there's certain parts in these videos that I've noticed that are really interesting, where they've blocked things off. And it's really I don't know what it is. Do they want to come out with it? Do they want to be able to be the one to tell the world what happened in this particular part that's like taken out of there, literally clipped out? And there's places too where there's no sound. I mean, the sound was recorded poorly as it was, even more so than the other ones. But there's parts where there's no sound at all. And I think that's even crazier. The whole thing is nuts. All right, enough bitching.
Very curious as to, are these all just random coincidences? I also had to point this out. Do y'all see those 3 people?
Okay, rumor has it that trailer and ATV used. Okay, here we go to the part in front on the Queen apartment parking lot. We got an unknown model enclosed trailer. Bingo. And that one was out of somewhere in Washington. I don't see what that says. From a David, something or other. Can't tell. Should have covered it up. Oh, Bryson David Gill in Graham. Okay. And that was the Polaris. So that is a snowmobile, right? That's what I'm thinking that is. So you've got, I mean, what better way to move, you know? And those tracks were in the not Linda Lane, blah. They were in the 1122 King Road parking area. Those tracks from like a motorcycle or a snowmobile were in there. But they got run over and stomped on and all sorts of stuff because nobody paid attention to that kind of stuff when they first got there. Or even after, to tell you the truth, in my opinion. Crazy days.
Go back, check it, let me know. Let me know your thoughts.
Yep, right here. So, to me, what it looked like when the very first time I saw this video, literally the first time I saw the trailer immediately. And then it started getting to the point where you couldn't see it anymore in like the videos, which was weird. But I have my old videos. And one of them actually looks like there's a black truck pulling a trailer. Or a fifth wheel or something like that is what it looked like to me. And at one point, that Charger pulls up to like to the left of this red circle here. And that's where that Charger parks. And you can see them get out of the car. And then they go into the trailer. This is the part that really makes me sick to my stomach. It all makes me sick to my stomach. But this part, when I heard this, oh my God. So prior to the Hellcat, or to the Charger getting there was a guy and a girl, and he was it sounded like he was talking her into following him. And they walked over here to this area where the lights are showing. Now a light came on for a little while, and what I saw in my brain is I saw them going up into a motorhome, like an RV or something like that. And then you heard her kind of talking, then you heard something of distress, and then you heard like kind of a thunk. And then it was quiet, not for very long, and then not long after that, this car pulls up, and it parks behind what looks to me to be the trailer, off to the left here. Now he gets out, and the person that walked over with what I think is a female, the light came on and then it went out. So the light was on, and then after they exited the place, it went out. Well, as they walking past in front of where it looks like there's this car, and then there's 2 lights on either side, it looked like someone had someone over their shoulders, like he was carrying a bag over his shoulders. And he walked to the left of the screen, and he walked back to that Charger, and the guy that came up in the Charger, he opened up the trunk, and whatever they were carrying over his shoulder was flipped into the trunk, and you heard the thud, and then you heard the trunk lid close. And they were hoofing. They were like, ugh, ugh. They were making sounds like they were carrying something heavy. The first time I heard that one, first of all, I didn't know what I was hearing. I didn't know what I was listening to. And I know what I thought I saw. But then I played it back and I just closed my eyes and listened to it. And I was just like, no way. No way. I do believe there was bodies in trunks. I thought that from day one. Because here's another thing. Oh my God. I'm so glad I talked these things out in my head with you guys. Oh my God. Hold on. I got to make sure I got enough room. Okay, this is her video right here that she has up, that I'll link it into the description. But what I want to say right now when I talk these things through in my head, these are things that I start remembering. And another thing that you will, if you go back to my first videos, or if maybe I even put them up, maybe I didn't put them up, but I still have them. But the very first time, just like this particular one that I'm pointing out here, I'm going to get off this picture. I don't want to look at this dude. Okay. So, as we're looking at this video, and this is all we're seeing right, through here. We see this. This is our view. It's what we see. I'm listening. And the part where the car pulls out and it goes really super fast, someone says, go. And then, it just speeds out there. I thought I heard Xana saying, no, no, no. And then, there's all sorts of these crazy noises. And then it sounded like someone hit someone with a car. And like they went flying, and then you heard a thud. Like it flipped them in the air, and then they landed. And that... immediately, I kind of went into, like, almost kind of an hysterics in a way. Because I was just like, no way. Did I just hear what I heard? It's all this stuff in here. When you hear it, it's like, sometimes I can watch this video and I can't hear anything. But I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of earbuds. I've got 2 over the head ones, and I got one of them. I think I got a Ross. It's not that great. It's like a gaming one, it's only got one side that's got the earphone. But it's good if I want to make a video. I think that one's okay for that. But then I got another one off Marketplace the other day, and it's called it's a weird name. Tuinyo. Tuinyo. Anyway, it's a Bluetooth. It's pretty good. It's a Bluetooth. The other one plugs into the phone, but this one is, this one actually records really good when I'm doing a recording on it. And so I'm on my AirPods right now. So, because I just found those the other day, and those are the ones that I charged up and plugged in for the one with the Narcan. That I'd never heard that before until I listened to it with these earbuds, and I had just found on that night. Then I have like a few other ones. A few of them I got at Ross. My sister gave me a pair, and then I got a pair from a Lost and Found who cleaned them up. I got to do what I got to do. So every set is different, and every time, like, I will typically the phone's on my knee, and I just am kind of tapping my leg, and I'm not realizing I'm doing it. So if you hear something, that's what it is, and then I realize I'm doing it, then I stop. Okay. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I will listen to it over and over again, but I'll put the different earbuds in, and you can hear things totally different. But that particular one where the hit and run, the vehicle hit somebody, when they drove back, that's when it sounded like Ethan was in the trunk. Remember the banging and let me out is what was said. Well, what that does to me now, because we didn't know this then, really the whole gist of it, but that flips me right on over to Pullman and that hit and run over there, that girl. Where did that really happen? Was it actually here? Or was it there to cover up what happened here so that the ambulances and all the stuff would go there. I don't know. It's the connection between the two of these is definitely something between the two of them. And you can deny it if you want, but I don't know why you would. I'm starting to believe that the girl that was driving that vehicle that night in Pullman is James Curtis Leonard's daughter, his wife's daughter. Yep. And I also think that Demetrius, when he was arrested that day, and that young girl was at his apartment, they called her Maddie. I believe, just from so many different things that I've looked at, that Carmen and Maddie are the same girl. Carmen's just older now. So what would that do? That would connect James Curtis Leonard, who was pulled in December 6th. Oh, wasn't there some date December 6th on here? Oh, we might have to go back and look at that. For beating his wife up and his daughter, and putting a child in danger, which was an infant. And he had a knife to her throat. He tried to strangle her, you name it. And then when the cops got there, he was in the back bedroom, allegedly cutting himself. Cutting himself? So he goes into the cop shop with the purple bandage on his arm because he was cutting himself. Well, was he cutting himself, or did he get in trouble prior to that? Did something harm his arm, cut his arm prior to that? I don't know. It seems weird that not only did all that go down the night of, so that one was December 6th, right? But the girls, when they're talking, it's the mother, they're talking on a recorded video by a news reporter, a recording like those little small tape recorders you put in your pocket, I think. I don't know if they even knew they were being recorded. But the mother and the daughter was there. And then another daughter walks in while they're talking. Now, they're talking about the night of the murders. And the daughter was in a fight with her boyfriend, and a bunch of their friends were being mean to her and egging her on to unalive herself. Now, she's got a baby. She's got a new baby, right? And he's the baby daddy. So she decides she's going to get drunk and drive and cause an accident on purpose. What does that sound like? That sounds a little to me like Miss Carmen and Pullman. Now, she said she blew out her tire, like the car had to be towed, or not towed. She blew out her tire. How did she say that? Anyways, on the recording, I'll link that in here too. And in fact, that thing is so important to listen to. It's so important. And not only that particular one that Sleuthy Goosey does, but she linked the full recording in her description. And that one right there tells so much. It's mind-boggling what that one tells. It connects the ex-chief of police or captain or whatever to the murder, the last murder in 2015, you guys. He knew the guy who did that personally. He knew his family well. Yeah. I find that very interesting because this police department, at this particular time of the Idaho4, James Curtis Leonard and the wife knew this Moscow Police Department very well, and the captain and chief, all that stuff. Because every year they made them dinner for Christmas and Thanksgiving to not only just the MPD, but also to the fire department. And they delivered it. And not only did they deliver it, but they had their picture taken. And it's in the annual report of the Moscow Police Report showing them there. James Curtis Leonard, the one that was put in jail for hurting his wife like that, and two other people. And for a while, they had him on a $100,000 bail, only a $100,000 bail, because they thought that he might be involved in the Idaho4. Mabbitt was his lawyer. Rosendahl, you know Rosie, good old Rosie, the body cam, the noise complaint, the one on Banfield. He was the one who wrote up the report for Leonard. You guys. So the daughter continues to talk about this thing where she's driving, and she says that as she's walking into the police department, as she was arrested, the FBI were walking out, is what she says. First of all, I don't know how she knows it's the FBI. I mean, I wouldn't know if it was the FBI. I think they look a little, secret agent looking, but I wouldn't know if it was to call them the FBI, unless they got badges on or something. But she was arrested, and she wasn't let out till the next morning. Well, neither was Carmen. Okay, now the daughter walks in, and here's the mother and the other daughter talking about this. And let me back up here. The other daughter that got into the wreck, she says she gets depressed. She goes through bouts where she gets very depressed. Okay, so the other daughter walks in. She, I believe, is older. And prior to that, the mother was talking about this daughter and how she had just run away and that she's always depressed and she just gets in trouble. Okay. It was talked that Carmen had a sister, that she was going to find this sister. Maybe Carmen's the older one. Maybe the other sister is the Carmen. The real Carmen from Pullman. I don't know. One of them, I believe, is Carmen. And whether it happened in Pullman or if that was just I don't know. But wouldn't that be weird? James Curtis Leonard and his wife's daughter being the one that got in that wreck in Pullman or on Taylor Avenue. When you get these connections down and you're like cross-referencing all these things this one took me a while because there's so many lies, I think, is why. And sorry, this is sweating down my face. Whew, it's hot. I'm going to have to turn the fan on here in a little bit. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, just listening to these things. I mean, it literally, like I said, sometimes it'll take me all day. I mean, I don't know what time it is now. Let me see what time it is. 10:30. Okay, I've been at this for 2 hours now. And I haven't even edited it. This is just the rough one right here. There's no editing yet done. Okay, I'm going to go for right now because the dogs are barking. But I'm going to make a second video because I got to make sure I got enough room. Oh, darn it, see? All right, I gotta go. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
The Wonderful Pump. Not many years ago, there lived on a stony, barren New England farm a man and his wife. They were sober, honest people, working hard from early morning until dark to enable them to secure a scanty living from their poor land. Their house, a small one-storied building, stood upon several sides of a steep hill, and the stones lay so thickly about that scarce anything green could grow from the ground. At the foot of the hill, a quarter of a mile from the house, by way of a winding path, was a small brook, and the woman was obliged to go there for water, and to carry the heavy pail full of water